for this, and at the moment they are pretty much split on what to do next. You've got some candidates like Boris Johnson, Dominic Raab, Esther McVey, who believe that the best way to go forward is to promise that the UK will leave the European Union on the 31st of October, whether a new deal has been struck or without any deal at all. But then you have the others. Now, they believe, like Jeremy Hunt, who said today it would be political suicide to do that the best thing to do is to try and strike the right deal, even if that means that the UK can't leave the European Union immediately on that date. Now, the reason that this is the biggest issue at the moment is because, of course, those dire EU election results showed that the Conservative Party really need to get to grips with Brexit, get a strong policy together, or they will lose their voters to Nigel Farage's Brexit Party. But at the same time, there's the problem of the House of Commons, which is definitely not united on where to go next, and particularly opposes a no-deal Brexit. Now, some contenders in this leadership race, like Mr Hunt, are warning that there is the potential that if leaders pushed for a no-deal exit, then the House of Commons could bring a confidence vote. Now, ordinarily, that wouldn't matter because there are enough Conservative MPs with a few DUP to keep the government in power. But when it comes to Brexit, some Conservative MPs believe this issue is even more important than keeping their own government in power. That's how much this matters. In fact, over the weekend, Justine Greening and Philip Hammond indicated that they might be willing to vote against the government in a no-confidence vote in order to stop a no-deal Brexit. And if things came to that, Mr Hunt believes there could be a general election. And on the basis of those EU referendum results, he believes that that could go particularly badly for the Conservative Party. Now, it's certainly not something that Labour wants either, but generally both sides want to avoid a general election. So this split is deepening, and it will get deeper because this leadership race really hasn't even started properly yet. Theresa May is still in Downing Street. While you've got the big beasts arguing over what to do next on Brexit, you've also got some lesser-known contenders. Kit Malthouse threw his hat into the ring today. In the Sun newspaper, we are expecting a couple more to come out over the next couple of days, and their message is that the UK and the government needs to look beyond Brexit, start talking about some of those other issues. In fact, Rory Stewart, another one of those contenders, is out and about around the country asking people to go to him and talk to him about what they want to see. One thing is for certain: this leadership race is split down the middle on Brexit. There is no consensus in Parliament, there's very little consensus between those candidates, and there's even less in the Tory party. So it looks set to be the issue that divides the country and the government for many more months to come.
OK, Kate, thanks very much indeed. And speaking of Rory Stewart, he's using social media very effectively at the moment. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but he's doing selfies, video selfies, and telling people where he is around the country, as Kate was just saying there, and asking them to come along and chat to him, not just about Brexit, but about anything that they feel is important in their everyday lives. Very clever use of social media. Going to be talking about that at 3:15 here on the programme. Got a thought? Tweet me directly if you would like to, at Kay Burley. Other news, the former JLS singer O'Shea Williams has been found not guilty of raping a woman at a hotel. Jurors also cleared his tour manager of assault charges. Fraser Mord is at Wolverhampton.